If you've been watching the last couple challenge videos I've made, then you'd see I started playing my Nintendo 3DS a whole lot more these past weeks. New Super Mario Bros. 2 is one of the games I played the most as of lately, and it made me realize that this is a very underrated entry in the franchise. And it's a shame, because this game's got amazing levels and a lot of cool worlds to explore. Today, I'll be ranking the worlds in New Super Mario Bros. 2, hoping to find the very best. I'll be ranking them based on their originality, appearance, and obviously the levels they do contain. So, without further ado, let's just jump into it. I know it's important to teach the player how to play the game, but I feel like World 1 in New Super Mario Bros. 2 treats the player as if they were babies with no experiences at all. There's no challenge in this world, it's way too generic and way too easy. Let me tell you what it contains, okay? It contains the basic grass level to start of the game, followed by your typical underground level. Then the mushroom platform level and the underwater one. It's kind of cliche at this point, and this is exactly what New Super Mario Bros. Wii did, but at least the Wii game had a Yoshi level and some fun game mechanics never seen before. And I feel like World 1 in this game is just super bland, and it only contains levels that literally anyone could build using Super Mario Maker in a couple hours. I have to give props to the tower and castle levels though, which are kinda cool, featuring snake blocks creating platforms as you move up the tower, and ropes to hang onto above hot steaming lava for the castle level. So, you know, at least there's that. So, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is a little bit different from other games in the series in the way it handles its worlds. Basically, there's only 6 worlds you need to explore to beat the game, and along the way, you can use the cannons to reach the not-so-secret worlds. And World Mushroom is actually the next entry in this list. And here's my problem with this new type of special worlds. There's no theme, no coherence, no. So the first level takes place in the sky on beautiful colored blocks, then the next one takes place underwater and will force you to dodge lots of Urkins. Then you'll explore a haunted house full of switches to press, which is kinda cool I have to admit, and then the other levels take place in an underground cave, an icy tower, and there's a level full of vines you have to climb onto. Don't get me wrong, okay? These are all pretty original levels and some of them are actually quite fun, but it just feels like they don't blend at all together. Kinda reminds me a little bit of how Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario 3D World handles its worlds. Random levels scattered all over the place. It's not a bad thing, but I kinda like themes in my worlds. So yeah, that's why I'm a little bit disappointed. Speaking of themes, welcome to World 4, a world themed around ice, snow, and cold temperatures. This world contains cool game mechanics, like a level full of those rocky, spiky boulders that can hurt you quite a lot, or this level full of ice that features a bunch of very hungry piranha plants out to eat you. Heck, even the classic mushroom platforms level has a version in this world, now featuring scale lifts and snowy mushroom platforms. Hey, that's kinda neat. A little bit less on theme is 4-5, which is an underwater level, and considering the water should be either frozen or at the very least super cold, it kinda feels out of place. This world also contains a very cool Boo House level where you have to move in between 2 walls moving left and right while avoiding getting crushed in between those 2. And finally, the tower is covered in ice and features a bunch of dry piranha plants, which makes this level really nice. I know I told you that I wasn't a fan of desert worlds in my New Super Mario Bros. Wii Worlds ranking video, and this is still true to this day, but for some reason, the one in New Super Mario Bros. 2 doesn't bother me as much. In fact, I would even go as far as to say it's a pretty refreshing take on the whole desert theme. The first level is your typical desert level. although it does contain some rotating block platforms, which is kinda neat. But the second level completely mixes it up, featuring a level taking place on huge wooden totems you have to climb onto. Heck, even the underground cave level is cool, featuring those rotating platforms with pokies on top of them. The ghost house level features the humongous Bulossus, one of the scariest enemies to have ever existed in Mario's history, but oh so fun to run away from. And finally, there's a level where you climb up a pyramid, which is pretty cool, and a level full of chain chomps. See, this world is actually cool this time around. Seems like you cannot have a new Super Mario Bros. Game without a sky world, and World 5 is exactly that. Get ready to jump high in the clouds on all sorts of floating platforms and tight ropes, and also to dodge Lakitus throwing spinies at you. Or you know, you can simply steal their clouds and fly like the sky is your playground. There's a level that's full of pipe cannons shooting you all over the place, which is actually way more fun than it should be. This world also marks the return of the mushroom platforms that move up or down when you stand on them, depending on their colors. But my favorite level has to be 5-5, with all of the bullet bills chasing you around and the snake blocks moving left and right, creating gaps you have to jump above. Such a cool world! So, just like World Mushroom, which we previously talked about, World Flower doesn't have a clear theme, meaning there's going to be all sorts of levels in here. Thankfully, those levels are actually pretty fun and original. There's one taking place in a jungle full of poison water, and there's a huge spiky fish out there to kill you, which is kinda scary. There's a level with an ice raft slowly moving right, forcing you to watch out for the enemies attacking that raft. The castle level in this world is also kinda cool, featuring way too many treadmills, bouncy mushroom platforms, and bombs, making it super spooky to clear. Heck, even the boss in this world can be kind of scary, as you can fall down both sides of the battle arena, and it's actually taking place on a treadmill moving left and right, so be extra careful. With only 6 traditional worlds instead of 8, you know Nintendo had to cut some corners and combine some levels from multiple worlds. This is what they did in World 3, combining water levels, which I'm not much of a fan of, with jungle levels, which if you do remember, I really like. This leaves me with only the best of both worlds. The beach theme level is actually pretty cool, featuring bouncy Cheep Cheeps, and even the underwater levels are cool, with all of the snake platforms and Urkins to dodge, or the huge boulders slowly rolling towards you. Then, there's the jungle themed levels part of this world, starting off with a level featuring spider webs you can climb on and spiders you can jump on, as well as another level with rising poison water levels and wooden crates, making everything super nerve-wracking. The castle level is full of saws bouncing all over the place, and the tower level takes place underwater with fish bones, spikes, and skewers out to defeat you. Seriously though, what a great mix of levels. Welcome to the typical lava world that leads to the final fight against Bowser. Surprisingly enough, in this game, it's not actually World 8, but World 6? Feels weird, eh? As you're expecting, this world contains a whole lot of lava and some flaming volcano boulders falling from the sky. Then, there's a level with a raft that is amazing. It's a dry bones raft, with the big head and everything. Look how cool it is! There's also a level full of boos, peepaws and crows, which is kind of spooky, not gonna lie. Finally, before you reach the final castle level, get ready to dodge a bunch of fireballs that are being spit out by the big Bowser head statues lying all over the place. Speaking of the castle, it's quite the difficult level, combining lava bubbles, fire bars, dry bones, snake block platforms, and I have to give props to the Koopalings section before the final boss. Basically, all of the Koopalings are crammed up in this little Koopa Clown car, and they use some sort of flashing light attack to turn you into a stone statue that prevents you from moving. That's kind of scary actually. kinda like the final Bowser fight, where you have to climb up a tower on platforms above lava, all of this while avoiding this giant Bowser in the background destroying enemies with a slap. Such a cool world, full of amazing level, and such a cool final boss fight. Now, what could actually be better than that? After you clear Bowser in World 6 and have enough star coins, you do unlock World Star, which is yet another level without a proper set theme, but let me tell you, it's the best world this game has to offer. There's all sorts of levels in this world. A level full of bricks, one filled with platforms on butt-shaped rails. No, seriously, those are butts, okay? There's a haunted level featuring a bunch of worms trying to crush you, an auto-scroller level with a spiky fish yet again, a level taking place in the sky with mushroom platforms and Lakitus, an underwater tower full of evil fish bones, a lava level full of lava bubbles, fire bars, fireballs, and all of this leads to the final castle level, one that features the Koopalings yet again, except this time it's way more difficult to avoid getting turned into stone. There's also a rematch against Bowser, but this time you're actually fighting Dry Bowser, which looks fantastic in this game, let me say. Basically, this world is the best because it combines themes from all of the previous worlds and makes those levels way more challenging and way more stressful, which is something I can stand behind. Thanks a lot for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to give the video a like, to subscribe to the channel, and if you want to watch more videos like this one, well, tap the cards on screen right now. As for me, well, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!